Hi YouTube and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. I am Chanel, the resident tarot reader for this YouTube channel, as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you'd like to work with me, all of the information is in the description box down below. This reading is intended for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're watching for an Aries, this may feel like a message for you about your Aries. So just take it how it resonates because energies can be reversed or vice versa. There will be an extended reading available for purchase, and all the information is in the description box down below. In the extended reading, we just take a look at what's going on with the person that Aries is dealing with, okay? And their thoughts and feelings about the situation as well as the manifested outcome for the next few weeks. I'm just doing this quick shuffle here so that I can see any energies that Spirit wants me to know about the situation before I get into your reading. And I want to thank all of you returning subscribers as well as new viewers. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. This is going to be the last shuffle here. All right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So it looks like there's some sort of delay around a commitment. If not a delay, it's just something that you're trying to decide whether or not it's worth your time anymore. Or you may feel as though someone has given up on you. Just going to take a look here because there were quite a few cards that came out. So we'll do them in groups. All right. I don't usually worry too much about signs, but I know for some of you that is important. So I will tell you that I do see this earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo with that Page of Pentacles. There's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is a King of Cups as well as a Page of Cups here. So we have water, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Scorpio again for that Death card and Capricorn for the Devil. Just let me take a look here and I'll let you know what I see. So Aries, right here, I'm seeing that there was some confusion around a situation. There could have been some sort of argument. You could be worried that your person that you like is taking their affections elsewhere. I feel as though whomever you're dealing with, you feel as though they've been inattentive, non-committal, and borderline toxic. And I feel like even though you saw this person for who they were, you still tried to love them unconditionally anyway. I feel like there's been multiple attempts to establish something with this person. And I feel like each time something goes wrong, there's a real lack of communication with this energy, and there's a lack of reciprocation as well. I think, Aries, that the person you're dealing with, you're beginning to feel as though this person is playing mind games because they've been withholding communication and affection. I'm only seeing affection given from one side of this spread. I also feel like this person has a way of coming off very cold. And it's almost this energy of someone who's just kind of bitter towards love and life in general. But with this Queen of Swords in the reverse and the King of Cups in the upright, it's showing me that this person is very hot and cold. It's like on their good days, they're really, really good, and everything is really loving. And then it's like a switch can flip, you know, and suddenly when this Queen of Swords comes out in the reverse, this person's almost like harsh in their communication, okay? Like they have a tendency to say things in a way that's very cutting, which is very different than the energy they give you when they're in a very loving mood, okay? So I think that's probably the behavior that's been really toxic outside of the poor communication and the lack of commitment. This person has you on this up and down spectrum of emotions where you never really know what you're going to get from them. We have this Nine of Swords with this Four of Cups, and this is interesting to me because I feel like you try very hard to be positive about this connection, and you keep trying to give to this person, and it's just like they don't notice how much you care, or they act like it's just not good enough. They just have this real nonchalant attitude towards the progression of this relationship. Something is changing though, because this is what I'm seeing here is that Aries has turned this Hanging Man in the reverse. And so now you have gotten into a place where you're no longer wanting to wait around for this situation. You've been trying really hard to keep reconciling with this person. But now you're ready, you know, to get up and do something different. Because even though the situation had a lot of potential to be something very good, it just felt like it was never getting off the ground. It's the same cycle over and over. So I feel as though, Aries, you've put an end to this situation and you've walked away because you were very dissatisfied with the way that things were going. But what I'm also seeing here is that the person that you're dealing with, that you've walked away from, is now very unhappy as well because they realize that you're gone and that you're not willing to stay in this space of trying to appease them or offer to them or get their attention. You've changed, right? So now with this Eight of Cups, it's like this person is also looking to find you as well because they see how unhappy they are. You know, it's like everything that was more important, it looks like they want to walk away from all of those things because they realize that they're not getting what they want out of the situation either now that you're gone. All right, very interesting. Let's take a look at what is going on. I mean, we saw some of what's going on, but I'm going to pull your cards and then I will let you know what I see. Yeah, somebody's in a space of wanting to deal with you on a different level. Sometimes you have to walk away to facilitate that kind of change, I suppose. People seem to not know what they have until they don't have it anymore. We have this King of Pentacles coming out in the upright. So that's that solid, stable offer, right? That's somebody that wants to show up and they want to invest, right? Let's see what's going on here. I'm just going to move this guy down here. Interesting. All right, so bottom of the deck for this, we have the Lovers. That is the Gemini card. Looks like there's some sort of reunion trying to be facilitated here, and that's what I was seeing, is that when you left, it's like this person has realized you're not giving to the situation anymore, and now they're coming looking for you, right? This is the energy over the next few weeks. So if it hasn't happened yet, give it a little bit of time. But what's interesting right off the bat that I see is that this Page of Pentacles has been in the reverse. So there wasn't even like any kind of any kind of solid talk about a commitment. You know, it was like very, very one-sided in this situation, and there was nothing tangible. There was nothing, there was no stability. You know, this probably felt like a very uncomfortable situation to be in with that hangman in the reverse, because your partner was giving you nothing to go on whatsoever outside of these very wishy-washy actions and emotions, right? We do have Cancer as well as Sagittarius. So now this Page of Pentacles is not only in the upright, but it's like this person is trying to level up, you know, and kind of step up their game. Because here's this energy of the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have that suited match here. And she's not paying attention to this anymore. And now it's like, okay, I'm on your level and I'm here. I want to do the work. Can we figure something out? Can we make a new plan, right? So the situation for the next few weeks is the World. That's showing me that after multiple endings, there is an opportunity for a new beginning. There's the end of a cycle. Okay, so like I was saying, this has been many times that you've given to this person and they have been very shut off from you. This is the end of a cycle now because you've walked away from the situation. And you gave up on something that was just so incredibly stagnant. And like I said, you were seeing as very toxic, right? You've had enough of grieving over this person and not understanding why they continuously reject your efforts to love them. It's like this person does what they can to keep you around, but then acts like they don't want you around, you know, and you've just been waiting for so long for this person to get over whatever their issues were so that they could get on your level and really have that conversation that would be lucrative, right? Well, now with this World, this is the end of that cycle. Now, it could be the end because you've walked away, you know, and you're ready for something new. But with this Knight of Swords coming out in the reverse, I feel like there's still this energy of needing to have that final discussion if this is something that you're moving on from. This person is very self-absorbed, okay? The Knight of Swords talks about that. It talks a lot about feeling like you always have to fight for someone's attention, right? And that's pretty much what came out in that initial spread, is one person giving and someone else just kind of looking like, nah, who cares, right? So there's an end to this energy, you know, and it could be that this person has a habit of walking away from you, which would make sense with that very hot and cold energy. This could be the kind of person where if you send them a text, it takes days for them to reply. This could be someone that has you always feeling as though, yeah, that's what I was going to say, you're being rejected, right? Now, though, wow, we have, wow, okay, so it's looking quite promising for you Aries who are trying to manifest something with this person, you know, because when you saw this wasn't changing, you walking away, now we have this Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, which I'll talk about commitment. And this is a commitment in a very public way. This is something that you don't have to wonder, like, what are we, you know, like, are we a thing? Are we together? This is something that even with this Knight of Pentacles, although it's taking a really long time because this horse isn't even moving, right? We also have this 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot in the reverse. So even though this has taken forever, is what it feels like, this is something that when it comes in, you can count on it, okay? And it is coming. Like I said, I think this person, they really were taking you for granted, okay? What the situation looks like to you is the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're in a space of not knowing if you want to even invest in this. You know, you don't know if you want to keep doing the work because you've been doing the work alone. So this is kind of one of those things where it's like, why is it when I take my attention away? Why is it when I take my power, oh my goodness, away from the situation, or I take my power back, from the situation, you know, suddenly you notice, suddenly you care, you know, because I feel like for the Aries that I'm reading for, this is like that final straw for you. Whatever happened with this person, you were just like, I'm so over this, right? We have Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, but what I feel like for you, Aries, wow, the Emperor and the Empress coming up both in the reverse. This is the energy of like, every time I reunite with you, I feel bad. Like, I wonder why did I do this to myself? You know, why do I keep investing in a situation that's only temporary? Why am I giving so much to someone that's so unstable and can't see my worth or my value? You know, for some of you, with this Three of Cups, it's like you can only hang out with this person in a very superficial fashion. You know, there isn't really much outside of like superficial hangouts. There's no like real quality time being spent. And that's what I'm seeing with that. But this here is coming back up. And so it's making me feel like even though this person has rejected you so many times, they're thinking about this a lot now because they see you've left the situation and they don't want this to change. You know, they don't want what they have with you to change. So let's take a look here, because Aries is in a space of looking like you don't want to put in the work. You may be questioning, is this person really going to put in the work? Because what's new about this situation, right? What's any different? And that makes sense because this has been such a cycle, you know. There's been just so many delays in getting this situation off the ground that to you, it's just kind of like, oh, you're back again. What's new, right? What's new? What it feels like to you is the Sun. So you may be feeling as though you've had some sort of revelation about this person's behavior. They may even be confessing something to you. I feel like it will be in a positive nature, though, because of this Sun. But for some of you, you may be feeling as though, as much as this is an opportunity from this person really like making the effort to communicate or commit to you, this is also kind of what you needed to get that closure and be able to end this cycle for yourselves, okay? So it depends on who you are, because some of you are going to feel very optimistic about the situation. Others of you are going to feel as though this is what you needed to be able to move on from this person. And because there's two different storylines coming through, I do apologize, but that's just what I'm seeing here. You know, somebody is ready to take their attention away from everything else and give it to you. And so that may be making you feel as though this person is finally seeing your worth. This person could also be coming in and telling you that they realize they're the reason why this commitment never got off the ground. Okay, because they were not emotionally available. This person almost, it's like they gave up before they even started. But it feels like whatever it is that they go do, they always come back. And that could be the realization that they're having, is that if they were unsure about this connection, it's like, okay, well, I'm not sure about this, but then I always come back to it. So what is this really, right? Tell me anything else I need to know about the Sun. I feel like some of you are really going to want to turn this person down, you know, because you'll feel like you haven't learned your lesson if you go back to them. For some of you, this person has been very deceptive, and you're going to just come to the conclusion that they just like attention. Because now that you've removed yourself from the situation, you know, they're showing interest in you again. And some of you are just ready for something new. You know, it's kind of this situation where it's like, I've seen all there is to see in this. And I don't believe that anything has changed, right? What you will want to do is the Four of Wands, right? So Aries left his situation because you were very focused on finding that stability for yourself. So you're going to want to figure out, is this a person that you can have that stability with? Is this situation different than the last time, right? Because with that Queen of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this person has been kind of shallow, right? They've been acting kind of spoiled, kind of neglectful, pretty lazy about maintaining the commitment that you had with them, right? You may see this person as someone who used you. You know, maybe they just used you for the love you gave them or the attention. That might be how you're viewing the situation, right? For some of you with this Four of Wands, you feel as though this person is your twin flame. And so you're trying very hard to see if you can reestablish, that's what I was saying, a relationship with them. But they've been so emotionally unavailable. And I feel like this person has maybe even given to other situations or relationships, you know, kind of in a way that's like such a slap in your face, you know, that it's like, how come everybody else can have your love or your time but me? This person has had you in a really dark place. Yeah. And some of you have just completely given up on really trying to manifest anything with them. But now this person is heartbroken. They want to compromise with you. But I don't feel like you trust this person. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, please. I think some of you are very curious to know if this person is still going back and forth between you and someone else. There's someone in their past that it seems like they have a habit of going back to when they're not dealing with you. And I think that's part of why they didn't want to commit to you, because they like the flexibility of being able to go back and forth. For some of you, this person does have a confession, like I said, that while you were on that separation or break, they did return to someone from their past only to find out that it wasn't going to work out. Yeah, because with that Knight of Cups, you know, it's like, I feel like this is someone who had options and they've been in a space of always treating you like you weren't as important to them, you know. But then when you two stopped talking or had that like break, whatever options they thought they had, it's like they got a chance to really see that those don't exist. Okay? Some of you will really want to build something with this person, but it depends on whatever they have to tell you, right? Tell me, what does this person, I'm going to say, what do they have to tell you? Well, they have to tell you the truth, right? That's what came out. Yeah. For some of you, there's two scenarios here. Some of you, this person did not want to accept your offer because they were also involved in with someone else, and they weren't ready to stop, dealing with that person, okay? If they took on a commitment with you, then they'd have to cut out the other person they were dealing with. And so they were just prolonging, you know, this time of like having kind of this vague situationship with you so that they could do what they wanted. For others of you, this person is still grieving the loss of an old relationship, and they didn't feel like they could start fresh yet, and they needed more time, okay? So it depends on what your situation is. But for all of you, this particular situation has been knocking you out of alignment with yourself, okay? And that's really what I was seeing with that Empress in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse, excuse me. It was almost like you weren't valuing yourself by continuing on with this situation that was stuck and stagnant, right? But you felt like this was your person. So that's why you kept going back. Try not to be cruel to yourself about that, okay? The reality of what Spirit wants you to know about this situation is the 5 of Wands in the upright. So to me, this is a little bit of a frustrating energy because it's the energy of like games, right? And when it comes to love, it's love games that people play. You know, it's petty squabbling and arguing and trying to one up one another by making each other jealous. I feel like this person has been playing games with your time, right? Playing games with your heart. And so now with this revelation coming through in this world, it's like this is an end, you know, to that. This is you moving on from that energy. Now it could be for some of you, like I said, this person will come in and tell you they were playing games in the sense that they were dealing with multiple people. For others of you, this person has just been playing this hot and cold game because they weren't emotionally available due to their last situation. At any rate, though, yeah, with the Chariot in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse, you haven't been able to remove yourself from the situation. And so to me, this energy is going to end, but it depends on whether or not you are going to be the one to end it or the partner is going to be the one to end it. This person has had an epiphany since you've left, and they're chasing after you, you know. They want to hold on to you. Now they want to commit to you. They don't want to see you out there single and living your best life. But at the same time, with this 5 of Wands energy, and I don't mean to offend you, but this is very much the energy of like, if somebody is being a clown, it's frustrating, but you can only really be frustrated with yourself because you keep going to the circus, right? This is like, you're feeding into this too, right? By giving this person all of this time. And so now this is really you with this world leveling up, you know, and looking at what are you investing your time in? What are you fighting for? What's in alignment with you, you know, your energy? Where do you want to direct your energy? You know? And I feel like when you stop directing your energy to this person, that's when, you know, the facilitation and the movement and everything is taking place. But you have to decide in the next few weeks if this is something that you want to continue fighting for, you know, because 5s talk about conflict, but they also talk about change. So you're going to have to see, and it's going to be different for every one of you. Has this person really changed? Or are they just trying to suck you back into their conflict and their drama? And you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a really eye-opening few weeks for you that will decide if you're going to end up wanting to commit to this person or if you're better off without them. Because with this world being your situation, you've learned so much that for some of you, you feel like you've learned everything there is to learn from this, you know? But I also feel as though your person has learned a lot too, okay? Energies that can help are the Queen of Swords in the reverse That's an interesting energy to have for something that's very helpful, because this person can be very unforgiving, okay? I think when the Queen of Swords is in the reverse in this particular area of the spread, what I think is I'm more focused on is the fact that the Queen of Swords, when she's in the upright, is very good at looking at everything she's been through and at like really using all of her knowledge and intuition and being able to be analytical and decisive, right? She's been able to process what's happened to her. And so she comes from a space of wisdom rather than just being very cynical or very bitter, okay? So if this person has hurt your heart many times, it may be very good for you to look at yourself and to see if you're holding resentment towards this person based on things that happened in the past. Now, your feelings are valid, so please don't think that I'm telling you they're not. But what I will tell you is that if you're trying to move forward with this person or someone brand new, this is something that you're going to have to identify. You know, what are your ideas about love? You know, and since you've been giving and not receiving, it's very easy to get into a space where you become quite jaded, you know, or subconsciously you start to believe that your efforts are not enough, okay? So it'll be very helpful to you to take a look, you know, at what you're believing right now based on what you've seen and any old hurts that you need to deal with, okay? Is there anything else I need to know for this Queen of Swords? Communication has really been an issue here. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So when you gave up on this and you left, right, you're moving towards victory and you're leaving, you know, all of the deception and manipulation behind. There will be a victory in your situation. I just don't know that it will be with this person because some of you are completely fed up. Tell me about the Death in the reverse. Yeah, I don't think you're going anywhere because you might end up taking some time to think about what this person has to say, but ultimately I do feel like you will forgive them, okay? Because you are invested in this person. And now they're finally coming in and they're telling you the things that you've needed to hear for so long, right? So something that is helpful for you to know too is that you don't have all of the information, okay? And that has a lot to do with this energy of being very petty, you know, someone just playing games because they, you know, don't want to settle down or they're afraid of what that would look like. So they're always on guard, right? It's helpful to hear this person out because you don't know everything there is to know about the situation yet, okay? What you don't know or you should consider is this King of Cups in the upright. So to me, Aries, or anyone watching for Aries, what you should consider is that if you've given this person all of this unconditional love, even if they've been rejecting you, that doesn't mean that your love didn't have some sort of effect on this person, okay? So if they're coming in, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like if this person has been extremely guarded and not letting you into their life, you loving them over and over, that's done something to them, okay? In a sense that they've been able to open up their heart space to the idea of love, right? And maybe before, when they were so closed off, they weren't able to fight for you, you know? But now, I don't think they want to miss an opportunity with you. Tell me about this Ace of Wands in the reverse, please. Yeah, you know, and that's exactly what it is. With that Five of Wands, for what the situation is, it's like you leaving has shown a light on this person's behavior. And it's something that they've started to see within themselves, right? They're starting to see how petty they've been in the situation, how selfish they've been, you know, putting up all these walls and making you fight for them. And, you know, meanwhile, they're sitting there with, look, this is all the love you're giving them, right? And they're just being so smug about it and not giving you back what you need, right? But you've been a very good example for this person. As frustrating as it is, now they're in a different frame of mind, right? Because, and this could have started off as just like a one-night stand and progressed into something that had become more long-term, but without a title because of all those pentacles in the reverse. But it's like you giving to this person over and over. It's changed the way that they operate, okay? Because we have this Page of Wands in the reverse. And this is this person being very egotistical and having a wandering eye. You know, this Knight of Wands in reverse, excuse me. This is them coming and going and being hot and cold, right? But now you've given them some new frame of mind, some new point of reference for what love looks like or a relationship looks like, right? Because now this person is moving very fast with intention and clarity, right? So something to consider, you know, the love you've been giving them has been working on them, right? This may be one of those things, those divine timing things, you know, and if this is a twin flame connection, you stepping back and loving yourself with really any connection, it doesn't matter what it is, but you enforcing your boundaries and giving love to yourself, that's been healing this connection as well, okay? Energies that can hurt you, Aries, are the Page of Swords in the reverse. So in this particular position for me, this is talking about, you know, again, with the mind games and trying to one-up this person, you know, being very paranoid of them, holding on to all the baggage from the past with this relationship and allowing it to make you very cold to them. You now wanting them to compete for you, you know, like, oh, you're here. Great. Well, now I'm going to try to one up you because you're down, you know, and when I was giving to you and I was feeling down, you were up and you were powerful, right? This has been a real power struggle that's coming to an end, okay? If you can let your guard down to this person, you can have this reconciliation where you're on the same page, you know, and you're able to have the commitment that you want, okay? But it's really going to be up to you. It looks like you have the final say as always, but this person will come in and they have a lot to say to you, okay? What you do with the information they give you is entirely up to you. If you'd like to comment and share with me what you will decide, I'm very curious to hear it. I'm going to get you 2 advice cards for how to deal with this for the next few weeks. Well, that didn't really come out. Come on. Give me one. Oh, come on, guys. Here we go. Oh, revelation. That's what I was saying. They're coming in to tell you something, right? So we have opportunity. Release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. Now, that's what I was saying. For some of you, you are over this, right? You just don't even want to deal with this anymore. You're ready to clear this out of your life. And that's how you'll perceive this card. Like, okay, I'm making room for new stuff, right? This person's going to come in. I'm going to get the closure I need and I'm moving forward. excuse me. For others of you, though, you're going to be able to release like anything that you've been holding on to within this connection, and you will be able to move forward with this person towards a future that's more solid. Okay. So like I said, those two energies coming through, there's some of you that are just done. There's others of you that want to keep trying. And then we have revelation. Listen to your life. The right path will reveal itself. Now, that's what I was saying. When this person comes back, they're going to have something to tell you. You know, you're going to have to decide if whatever they tell you is something that you can move forward with and be with them, or if it's something that just kind of seals the deal for you being done with this situation. Okay. But again, that's going to have to be up to each of you. You know what I mean? Because whatever this person's telling you, it's different. And then there's some of you that are over it and some of you that do want to try again, right? But no matter what you do, if you can connect to your higher self, you will know the right decision to make with this situation, okay? All right, I'm going to take this over to the extended reading so that we can get a look at how the person coming in is viewing the situation, how they're feeling about it, how they feel about you, what they want and their intentions are, their immediate actions, future actions, as well as the manifested outcome over the next few weeks. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Please like the video if you liked the video. Comment if you like to, and subscriptions are always appreciated. For everyone who's donated to my channel recently, thank you so very much. And as always, it's a pleasure and honor to have the opportunity to read for you. I'll see you over in the extended reading. Bye.